Hi guys out there. So I want to show you a new system that I brought when I need to make service on cars. Normally I'm using a technical data solution where I will go in and print out the service schedule, so I have it on paper and then fill it out. But now I brought this system called macsDIA, where I can fill it out in a digital way. There's a lot of cool stuff in this system than just the service schedule. I'm really cutting off some of the time when the service is ongoing and I'm doing it. So I'll just show you how cool this system actually is and some of the features, because I'm really happy about this macsDIA system here. So just to show here, we have this, so to say, normal service schedule, where I have done the service on the car here. So as you can see, I have just simply followed all the steps down here. But when working on the system, the service schedule here, we can see that I have done some inspection of the wiper blades where it's worn and should be replaced. The cool thing here is that I can put remarks directly into the service schedule here, so I don't need to write it in my hand. And the cool thing is, when I want to put in remarks, I can write it by myself, or I can just simply use this pre-filled text just to put in. And also I can actually put in some photos if that is needed. So that's quite cool that I can just check mark it and then we can keep on going. Another thing that was quite nice when we're going a bit down here, the brakes are not new, but they are still okay. The cool thing is that when I have visual inspection of the front axle brake discs and lining, I can push this wrench here, and then I actually get some service data directly on the service point here. It's really nice. So it's quite fast for me to see some minimum thickness of the brake disc. So instead of going over to my data solution and look the car up and go into the right category, I can simply find it directly on the service point. It's really cool here. Another thing regarding the oil, when I need to refill it, then I can also see some data here on how much oil should be put on and what is the correct specification, and also how much should I tighten the drain plug. Again, I get this information right here when I need it. It's really awesome to get this information so fast. Another thing is also that I can fill in what specification and viscosity have I filled on the engine, so I can document it to the car owner here. If there should be any problems later on, then I have documented it quite good here directly in the system macsDIA here. I was a bit confused on where the cabin air filter was, so just to be sure I could click here, and then I simply got the guide to where the filter is placed in the car, just with one simple click. So really fast to get the information. Quite cool actually. Another thing, I haven't completed this service schedule quite yet, but another thing I was really happy about is that I could also put in information on next service, so that it will be on the PDF or the paper, whatever makes sense to give the customer here. Another thing is I want to document this into the service booklet of the car. This car here still has the paper book. I will have a more new Passat in next week, and that Passat doesn't have the paper booklet, but I would love to register it into the original service booklet, so to say, but it's digital. So I want to get it into Volkswagen's aftermarket portal here, so I can still document that I have done the service correctly and want to stamp it just digital. It's a bit difficult to manage all these different portals. I need to have a login for BMW, one for Audi, one for Volkswagen, one for Mazda, and so on. But through macsDIA, I can actually just get them to handle my registrations into the OE portals. So they manage everything, set it up, couple it into macsDIA somehow. So all I have to do is to have a check mark here, transfer the service to service booklet, and push complete. Then I'm done. And then they will fix it into Volkswagen's OE portal in my name still. So it will still be my workshop that will be on the stamp, just digital instead of in a paper booklet. So it will still be done in the original book, just digital instead of the paper. So a really cool system that gains me a lot of efficiency. So I will not spend a lot of time on finding information on how much oil, what type of oil, where is the cabin air filter, all these different things. Everything is just here by my hand. And also the cool feature here that I can get Hella Goodman to do the registrations for me, so I can use my time on make some cars instead of administration. So that's really awesome. And yeah, there is a small fee for it, but again, instead of using a lot of time, I just pay that small fee and everything is good. So that's really, really awesome. So just to give you guys out there a short notice on if you want to do your workshop just a bit more efficient, this could be a thing. I'm really happy about it. I used it 5 times now and it's just really, really easy. I also have it on my iPhone. It also works quite good there. I prefer it here on the computer I use for my diagnostic equipment. It really runs smoothly on this screen here. So really a great system. So when I push complete here, I'm done. I will have the service schedule on a PDF and I will get the stamp in the digital book if the car has it. If not, there is no fee and I will just simply do it in the paper book. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe. I'll be happy about it.